I dedicated 30 solid years of my life working tirelessly on assembly lines in Detroit, grinding away amidst the loud hum of machines and the relentless pace of production. My hands, calloused and steady from years of repetitive work, remained reliable and strong, even after all this time. The days felt endless, stretching out before me like a never-ending cycle of work and routine, each one blending into the next as I focused on the task at hand. Throughout those years, I often found myself lost in daydreams, imagining a different kind of life, one that was quieter, calmer, and free from the constant noise and the grind of factory work. I longed for a peaceful existence, away from the clamor and clatter of the assembly lines, where I could find some tranquility and space to breathe. Now, after all those long, hard years of labor, I look forward to stepping away from it all, seeking a quieter life that allows me to enjoy the simple pleasures I once only dreamed of: peace, quiet, and a slower pace where I can finally relax and savor the quiet moments I've been yearning for. My body is exhausted and feeling the weight of weariness from all that I've been through, yet somehow, despite the fatigue that drapes over me like a heavy cloak, my mind remains steadfast and unyielding in its resilience. It continues to cling tightly to hope, the hope that someday I might discover a sense of peace that has been elusive for so long, a peace that can settle deep within my soul and offer a moment of respite from the chaos. I still harbor a flicker of optimism for the possibility of finding a sliver of sunshine, a ray of warmth and light that can pierce through the darkness of my current reality. Perhaps, just perhaps, this hope might lead me away from the relentless grind of endless shifts that drain my energy and the oppressive, heavy air that feels suffocating and stifling, trapping me in a cycle I desperately want to escape. Even amid the exhaustion and the weight of countless days that seem to blur together, my mind keeps reaching toward the possibility of something better, something brighter, that might be waiting just beyond the horizon, if only I continue to hold on and believe that there is indeed a place or moment where I can breathe freely and find that elusive calm I am longing for. I knew deep down that I couldn't stay there any longer. The relentless pressure of the rising cost of living was weighing heavily on me, making every day feel more burdensome than the last. Coupled with the crushing wave of loneliness that seemed to seep into every corner of that small confining space, it became painfully clear that staying was no longer an option. I felt as if I was gradually fading away, slipping into obscurity within that tiny apartment that had once seemed cozy but now felt more like a prison. It was almost empty, not just physically but emotionally, save for the sparse scraps of food and the scattered remnants of memories, faded photographs, broken keepsakes, fragments of a life I was slowly leaving behind. The silence in that place grew heavier with each passing day, a constant reminder of how isolated I was, and how much I yearned for something more than just survival within those four crumbling walls. I knew I had to get out, to find a new beginning elsewhere, where the space wasn't filled with echoes of loneliness and the weight of financial hardship, where I could breathe freely and rediscover who I truly was beyond that lonely, empty shell. My neighbor Maria, who is always cheerful and full of positive energy, noticed me struggling with my groceries one day and kindly stepped in to lend a hand. Her warmth and friendly smile, the genuine kindness she exudes so effortlessly, served as a comforting reminder that I was not completely alone, even during my hardest days when everything felt overwhelming and lonely. Her willingness to help in that small, simple way made a big difference, brightening my mood and lending me a sense of connection that I desperately needed. Her cheerful attitude and caring nature continued to be a source of comfort for me, especially during times when things seem bleak, reaffirming that kindness can come from the most unexpected places and that I am not as isolated as I sometimes feel. My fridge has found itself empty far more times than I could possibly keep track of, a recurring situation that has become almost a familiar, if slightly frustrating, part of my life. Still, over the years, I've come to develop an interesting appreciation for the small, simple pleasures that can brighten even the bleakest of days. It's funny how something as modest as a perfectly fried banana, warm, slightly caramelized, and with just enough crunch, can bring a hint of joy, a reminder that happiness sometimes comes in tiny, unexpected bites. And then there's the scent of rain drifting through the window, an elusive, soothing aroma that has the power to calm my restless mind, to transport me, even if just for a moment, to a peaceful, tranquil place. These little things, tiny ripples of beauty and comfort, have become my silent, reliable companions during times when my fridge runs low and I feel a pinch of scarcity. They remind me that even when material possessions are scarce, there's still abundance in the small sensory delights that life offers, fleeting, simple, yet profoundly meaningful. It's these moments of appreciating a fried banana or enjoying the smell of rain that help me find balance, to cherish what I do have, and to understand that sometimes the smallest things are the biggest treasures. Leaving America wasn't an easy decision, and the process of actually departing proved just as difficult as I had anticipated, if not more so. The airport was bustling with activity, people rushing past, luggage wheels whirling, voices hurrying in different languages. Yet amidst all that chaos, there was an unexpected chill in the air, a coldness that seemed to seep into everything around me. As I took each step through the terminal, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was walking away from a life I had invested so much in, a life that had at last started to feel too lonely, too distant, to be held onto any longer. That sense of finality hung heavy, intertwined with a physical coldness, making the whole experience feel like a poignant departure, a symbolic crossing from familiarity into the unknown, leaving behind what once felt comforting but had grown distant over time. Every step I took seemed filled with a mixture of relief and sadness, a recognition that I was finally closing a chapter that had grown too solitary, too disconnected from the warmth I once knew. It was a bittersweet moment, knowing I was leaving behind a life that, despite its loneliness, I had still somehow found myself attached to, and now, I was stepping into the immense uncertainty of whatever came next. The coldness of the airport reflected the emotional chill I felt, a kind of stark reality check that marked the end of one part of my story and the beginning of a new, uncharted journey ahead. As we soared high above the thick blanket of clouds, drifting effortlessly through the vast, endless sky, my mind wandered to thoughts of the distant land far below us. I found myself quietly pondering whether the majestic mountains and the inviting sandy beaches of the Philippines would offer me the warmth and comfort I desperately sought, a kind of soothing, welcoming embrace that I hoped would fill the hollow spaces inside. Or perhaps I was secretly afraid that instead of finding the solace I longed for, I might only encounter more feelings of emptiness, more quiet reticence that lingered like an unresolved chord in my chest. The anticipation mixed with uncertainty, creating a strange blend of hope tinged with apprehension, as I looked down at the patchwork quilt of verdant peaks and shimmering coastlines, wondering if this journey would bring the connection I yearned for or leave me more isolated in my own thoughts and feelings. Landing here, I was immediately struck by the warmth that seemingly radiated from every corner of this place. I observed people walking around with genuine smiles, their faces bright with happiness and a carefree spirit that seemed almost contagious. Kids were giggling freely, their joy bubbling over and echoing in the air, creating a melody of innocent laughter that stirred something deep inside me. The entire atmosphere was alive with a vibrant energy, life buzzing in a harmony that I hadn't truly experienced in what felt like an eternity. It was as if time slowed down just enough for me to notice and appreciate the small, beautiful moments that are often overlooked amidst the chaos of everyday life. Perhaps in this quiet, unassuming corner of the world, I finally found where I truly belong, not in grand gestures or dramatic pursuits, but in the simple, pure beauty that surrounds us when we pause long enough to see it, to feel it. This place, with its natural charm and genuine happiness, seems to whisper a gentle reminder that sometimes, it's the simplest things that make us feel most alive, most at peace, most like ourselves. Maybe this is where I'll settle, in the gentle embrace of this uncomplicated, beautiful rhythm of life that I had been searching for all along. They call me Lolo, a name that carries with it generations of affection, respect, and familiarity, a term that signifies not just my age but the deep connection I share with those around me, especially the younger souls who see me as more than a grandfather, more than just an elder. They have embraced me as part of their family circle, opening their hearts and homes, inviting me to sit at their tables where the aroma of shared meals fills the air, bringing us closer through the simple act of eating together. These moments are woven into the fabric of our lives, where stories are exchanged, tales of days gone by, dreams for the future, and everyday anecdotes that forge bonds and create memories that linger long after the talking stops. It's in these unspoken gestures, the gentle pat on the shoulder, a warm smile, a small act of kindness, that my heart finds a profound warmth, melting away the loneliness that sometimes creeps in during quiet hours. Through these interactions, these acts of love, understanding, and caring, they've built a sanctuary of comfort around me, turning ordinary days into treasured occasions filled with laughter, connection, and the silent reassurance that I am cherished. Their kindness approaches me like a balm, soothing the cold corners of my soul, filling them with light and warmth, reminding me that, even in old age, I am still a vital part of something greater, an ongoing story of family, love, and shared humanity that continues to grow and thrive with each passing day. Every single morning without fail, as the sun begins to rise and spill its warm golden light, the bustling market awakens in a lively symphony of scents and sounds. The air is thick with the unmistakable aroma of freshly picked fruits and vegetables, bursting with vibrant colors and luscious scents that make your senses come alive. Intertwined with these wholesome smells are the rich, pungent notes of crushed spices, cinnamon, turmeric, cumin, and coriander, that swirl around in the air, creating an intoxicating mixture that beckons all who pass by. Amidst all this, there is a constant hum of activity, a joyful chaos, that flourishes in this vibrant space, where vendors call out to customers, bargaining and laughing, children dart through with squealing excitement, and the entire scene buzzes with life in a way that feels truly alive. This lively chaos feels like a much-needed antidote to the quiet, often sterile silence found in many parts of America. Here, within this dynamic environment, there is an infectious energy, a reminder that life is meant to be savored, experienced, and celebrated through all the noise, colors, and flavors that this marketplace has to offer. It's a joyful chaos that fills the soul, a daily dose of vibrancy that stands in stark contrast to the often quiet, empty silence that can sometimes feel oppressive in other places. In this bustling marketplace, every morning is a lively celebration of life, a reminder that amidst the chaos, there is beauty and joy waiting to be discovered at every turn. I take slow, deliberate sips, letting the cool liquid glide over my tongue and warm my senses as I settle into the moment. Around me, I listen intently to the gentle hum of life, sounds of distant conversations, the subtle rustling of leaves, the faint murmur of distant traffic, and the soft, rhythmic heartbeat of the world spinning around me. Everything feels uncomplicated here. There's no rush compelling me to move quickly or hurriedly, and no heavy sense of obligation pressing in from any side. There's a kind of serenity that comes from simply existing in this space, where expectations are absent, and time seems to soften, allowing me to be fully present. It's in these quiet moments that I truly feel alive, feeling the subtle pulse of my own breath, the massage of the warm air, and the connectedness to everything around me. It's just me, the slow savoring of the single moment, and the pure, unhurried sensation of being undeniably, vividly alive in this very place. I often find myself gazing at old photographs from my days spent working, moments that feel like a lifetime ago, yet somehow remain vividly etched in my memory. These pictures capture a period of my life when I was younger, full of energy, resilience, and a fearless attitude that seemed to propel me through any challenge. It was a time when I felt invincible, when the weight of the world didn't seem to faze me, and I approached each task with a sense of purpose and determination that now feels distant. As I look at those images, I am transported back to a different version of myself, one who is strong in both body and spirit, confident in my abilities, unshaken by doubts or fears that now sometimes creep in. Though I no longer feel that same youthful vigor or unwavering courage, I still cling tightly to the memories of those days, recalling the strength and fearlessness with a mix of nostalgia and a quiet longing for that simpler, more assured time in my life. These photos serve as a gentle reminder of who I once was, of the person I used to be, someone brimming with vitality and fearlessness, qualities that I don't feel nearly as much anymore but continue to remember with fondness and a certain tenderness. The sheer vastness of the ocean provides me with a boundless expanse, an open, unrestricted space where I can truly breathe deeply and freely without restriction. It offers a setting for moments of quiet reflection, a sanctuary where I can pause and contemplate everything that has brought me here. Being near its expansive waters gives me a feeling of liberation, an escape from the cramped, constricted confines of the concrete corridors and tight, suffocating spaces that once defined my daily routine. The endless noise, the constant hum of activity, the chaos and commotion of my old life, all of it seems to fade into the background when I stand here, gazing out over the endless horizon where water meets sky. In this vastness, I find solace and clarity, a sense that I am part of something bigger and more infinite than the hurried, cluttered existence I left behind. It's as if the ocean's endless depths and boundless openness are whispering to my soul, encouraging me to breathe anew and to reflect on the journey that has led me to this tranquil, seemingly limitless space. Here I am reminded that there is always room to grow, to heal, and to find a sense of peace amid the endless, rolling waves and timeless, swirling waters. Learning new things basically keeps me feeling young at heart. Whenever I pick up a new skill, explore a new idea, or simply dive into unfamiliar territory, I feel this rush of vitality and curiosity that reminds me I'm still alive, still capable of growth. There's a certain joy in challenging myself, in stepping outside my comfort zone, and discovering that there's always more to learn, no matter how old I get. It's like unlocking a new part of my mind or spirit each time, revitalizing my perspective and sparking wonder. The patience that the boy shows toward me is something I truly cherish. It's a precious gift that brightens my days. His calm understanding and gentle tolerance serve as a constant reminder that patience is a powerful virtue, especially when it comes to learning or navigating new experiences. He reminds me that every single day has the potential to be an adventure, full of surprises and opportunities to grow, even when the years have accumulated and life feels a bit routine. That sense of wonder, the idea that each day offers something new to explore and absorb, keeps my spirits high and my outlook fresh. No matter how late in life we might think it is, the possibilities for discovery and joy never truly end. They're always waiting just around the corner. These unassuming, modest walls serve as silent witnesses to countless stories, memories, and moments, many of which I hope someday to be able to add to and be part of. In this peaceful, tranquil sanctuary, I discover a sense of calm and serenity that isn't rooted in anything ostentatious or extravagant, but rather in authentic relationships and the comfort found in life's simple pleasures. It's in the gentle, unpretentious atmosphere of this quiet space that I feel most at ease, where genuine connections with others and with myself flourish, providing a refuge from the chaos of the outside world. It's here that I realize the beauty of understated moments and the importance of cherishing everyday comforts, which bring true joy and contentment in their own understated way. Food has a remarkable way of bringing people together, creating bonds that transcend words and differences. When someone shares a meal with us, it's as if a bridge is built, a connection that fosters understanding, warmth, and a sense of belonging. Their hospitality, expressed through inviting me to sit at their table and share in their culinary traditions, dissolves the loneliness that can sometimes linger silently within. In those moments, my isolation melts away, replaced by genuine laughter that bubbles up freely, melodies that rise from shared songs or conversations, and the comforting glow of knowing I am part of something bigger than myself. It's in these gatherings that I feel the true essence of community, the feeling that no matter where we come from or what language we speak, we are unified by our love of good food, good company, and the simple pleasure of being together in a space filled with kindness and camaraderie. These shared meals aren't just about nourishment, they are about creating memories, forging connections, and reminding us that we are not alone in this world. The warmth of their hospitality, how it wraps around me like a cozy blanket, sculpts a space where loneliness cannot easily find its foothold, replaced instead by joyful moments, shared stories, and the comforting presence of people who care. It's in these delicious, heartfelt exchanges that I find genuine community, an invisible thread woven through food, laughter, and human connection that sustains us beyond the moment. Here, life unfolds in a way that feels incredibly gentle and unhurried, much like the gradual ebb and flow of the tide that caresses the shoreline with a soothing, persistent rhythm. It's as if the natural movement of the waves aligns perfectly with the slow, steady beat of my own heart, creating a harmony that grounds and comforts me. This subtle yet profound connection between the gentle sway of the water and my heartbeat acts as an anchor, securing my presence in this distant, often solitary place that nevertheless feels surprisingly warm and inviting. Even though I find myself far away from bustling city streets or familiar comforts, I am held steady by the calming rhythm that surrounds me here, in this tranquil, almost timeless world where everything moves at a soothing, unhurried pace. It's as if this place exists in its own gentle flow, allowing me to drift along with it, feeling both the weight of solitude and the promise of peace woven into every wave and every breath I take. Despite how far away I am from what is familiar, I find a sense of belonging in this slow dance between land and sea, between my heartbeat and the tide that rises and falls with quiet, persistent grace. This harmony provides a subtle yet constant reassurance that I am part of something larger, something that moves and breathes with the same relaxed pattern, anchoring me securely in this distant but welcoming world I find myself in now. I've borne the weight of many years filled with hardship, struggle, and challenge. However, every single wrinkle etched into my face, every line that marks my skin, serves as a vivid and tangible story, each one a testament to my resilience, a symbol of my perseverance through difficult times, and a reminder of my unwavering hope that one day things would get better. These lines are more than just signs of aging, they are silent witnesses to a life lived with persistence and grit, chronicling the battles I fought and the obstacles I managed to overcome. Through all those turbulent times, I refused to give up, and in doing so, I carried with me a deep and unwavering hope that someday I would find a place where I truly belonged, where I could finally feel at home. And although I might have initially imagined that place to be somewhere far away, perhaps in the United States or elsewhere, the truth is that I have discovered my true sense of belonging not in a distant land or distant dreams, but right here, among friends who have accepted me, who have become my chosen family. It's in this circle of friends, in this community I've found, that I finally felt the warmth of acceptance, the comfort of companionship, and the reassurance that I do indeed have a place where I am truly valued and understood. Here I've unearthed my sense of home, not in the geographical sense, but in the emotional, the spiritual, and the connection I share with those who stand by me. Each wrinkle on my face carries the story of someone who endured, who hoped, and who ultimately found peace. Not in some distant land of dreams, but right here in this circle of friends, where I have finally found a place I can call truly my own. My old life feels as though it belongs to a different time and place, almost like a distant memory that has gradually faded into the background of my mind. It's as if I've stepped through a portal into a new chapter where everything is different, yet strangely comforting in its simplicity. Here, each day unfolds in a way that emphasizes the beauty of life's small, uncomplicated pleasures, moments that bring genuine happiness without complication or chaos. I find myself savoring the tranquil serenity of sunsets washing the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple, casting a warm glow that seems to slow down time itself. The cheerful sound of children's laughter echoes around me, a melody of innocence and joy that lifts my spirits and reminds me of the pure, unfiltered happiness that can be found in simple gestures and innocent play. The gentle, familiar breeze that whispers through the trees feels like a soft embrace, carrying with it a sense of calm, comfort, and belonging. In this quiet, peaceful place, my days are filled with these gentle pleasures that nourish my soul and remind me of life's fundamental, uncomplicated beauty. It's as if the world has slowed down just enough for me to truly appreciate each moment, each breath, and each fleeting glimpse of serenity. Every small interaction, every fleeting smile that passes between neighbors, friends, or strangers in this quiet village, serves as a gentle reminder and a reaffirmation of the deep well of human kindness that still exists within us all. These tiny moments, perhaps a nod of acknowledgement, a kind word spoken during a chance meeting, or even just a shared smile that brightens someone's day, collectively weave together the fabric of a community built on genuine care and compassion. They stand as living proof that, despite the challenges and hardships that life can sometimes present, it is never truly too late for fresh starts, for hope to be rekindled, and for new chapters to begin. In this way, these seemingly insignificant exchanges hold extraordinary power. They renew my faith in the inherent goodness of people, and they remind me that no matter how dark things might seem, there's always the possibility for renewal and rebirth. They reinforce my belief that a simple act of kindness, no matter how small, can ripple outward and inspire hope in others, creating a cycle that continues to uplift and restore the human spirit in this village and beyond. Ultimately, these moments of connection, so unassuming yet so meaningful, are the testament to the resilience of kindness and the enduring promise that every new day offers a chance for renewal, growth, and fresh beginnings. Night here feels incredibly safe, enveloping me in a sense of peace that I hadn't realized I was yearning for. The darkness is gentle, almost comforting, and the stars above shimmer with a quiet brilliance that seems to remind me of something deeply forgotten or perhaps never fully understood before. When I lift my eyes to the sky, I find myself contemplating how much I've changed, how much I've gained, how I've managed to trade that overwhelming loneliness I used to carry with me for a newfound sense of community, a feeling of belonging that warms me from the inside out. It's like I've exchanged the silence that used to echo loudly in my mind for quiet moments filled with a gentle contentment, something I never truly thought I would experience again after so many years of solitude and restless wandering. This peaceful night feels almost like a quiet victory, a gentle affirmation that perhaps I found my way back to a place where I can feel genuinely connected, not just to others but also to a sense of inner calm I had almost forgotten was possible. The stars seem to whisper promises of hope and renewal, transforming the night into a sanctuary of serenity I hadn't anticipated rediscovering. It's strange how what once seemed like loneliness, a weight that buried me deep inside, has now been replaced by something lighter, more fulfilling, by a sense of unity, of belonging, and an appreciation for the silent beauty that surrounds us when we least expect it. When I stare at the endless sky, I realize that I've moved beyond those dark, lonely nights, and instead, I'm embraced by a quiet, steady contentment that feels like a long-lost chapter finally coming to a peaceful close. The night's calm has become a gentle reminder that sometimes, what we need most is just a moment of stillness and a chance to see the universe, and ourselves, in a new, more hopeful light. Kids run freely across open fields, their laughter echoing through the air as they chase each other and play without a care in the world. Bikes slide smoothly along the dirt roads, their tires kicking up small clouds of dust with every turn and bump, creating a rhythmic, carefree dance of motion. Watching all of this, I am reminded suddenly and powerfully that I am finally part of something much larger than just my own lonely existence, something genuine, vibrant, and alive. It's a feeling that washes over me, filling my chest with a deep sense of belonging, connection, and warmth. Here among these children and the unhurried movement of bikes and dirt, I sense a truth I've long been missing, an experience untainted by solitude and longing, grounding me in the reality that I am now integrated into a community that pulses with life and shared joy, far away from the shadows of my past loneliness. It's a living thread woven into the fabric of this moment, reminding me that I am no longer isolated but willingly immersed in the beautiful chaos of life teeming all around me. Every laugh, every wheel spin, every carefree sprint makes me feel more alive, more present, more a part of something authentic and enduring. It's within these seemingly modest, straightforward acts, such as repairing, restoring, and carefully crafting, that I find a deeply personal sense of purpose and fulfillment. These acts, though small in scale, carry a profound significance for me, serving as a way to reconnect with meaning in my life. My hands, which were once busy wielding the cold mechanical tools of a factory, have now transitioned to creating and mending with a more heartfelt and intentional touch. Instead of rapid, impersonal labor, I now dedicate time and care to crafting simple, genuine objects that carry meaning and substance. These small acts of repair and creation serve as quiet reminders that purpose can be found in the delicate, honest work of shaping things with my own hands, things that matter on a personal level, things that bring a sense of satisfaction and connection that factory work could never quite provide. It's in these honest, unpretentious gestures, restoring a worn-out item, shaping something from scratch, giving new life to something that was broken, that I begin to understand what it means to truly create and to find my place within that process. My hands, once driven solely by the demands of industrial machinery, now move with a conscious intention, guided by purpose, patience, and a desire to make something meaningful out of simple materials. These small, honest acts, repairing what's broken, crafting something with care, become powerful acts of finding purpose, grounding me in a more authentic and fulfilling way of working and being. They remind me that true significance is often found not in grand gestures or complex endeavors, but in the quiet, genuine acts that reaffirm my connection to the world and to myself. Each time I fix, each time I create, I rediscover the beauty and simplicity and the importance of doing things with intention, turning everyday actions into a source of purpose that nourishes my spirit and keeps me grounded. Each day, I settle into this tranquil spot, finding comfort and serenity in the quiet sanctuary I create for myself. The gentle caress of warm breezes surrounds me, softly wrapping me in a comforting embrace that seems to soothe my soul. Accompanying these breezes are the subtle natural sounds of the world, distant whispers of leaves rustling, the faint chirping of birds, the rhythmic hum of life thriving all around. These sounds blend harmoniously, creating a lullaby that lulls my mind into a state of calm and reflection. Unexpectedly, I've come to realize that, through these moments of stillness and peaceful solitude, I've discovered a profound sense of freedom, an unanticipated but wonderfully liberating feeling. It's a freedom I had never truly known before, one that gently lifts the weight from my shoulders and allows me to breathe freely, unburdened by worries or constraints. In this space of natural serenity, I have found a kind of peace that I had long believed was beyond my reach, an elusive feeling I'd thought was impossible to attain. Now, in these quiet contemplative moments, I feel an openness and tranquility that I never expected, a deep-rooted sense of contentment blooming softly within me. The realization that such peace exists, something so simple yet so profound, fills me with gratitude and a newfound appreciation for the beauty of these peaceful interludes. It's as if I've uncovered a secret oasis within myself, a place where serenity reigns and worries fade away, leaving only this pure, unadulterated sense of freedom and well-being. Her song fills the air, a gentle yet persistent presence that lingers in the atmosphere around me. It serves as a soft yet powerful reminder that life continues to move, to breathe, and to remain hopeful, even during the tiniest and most seemingly insignificant moments we often overlook. The melody weaves through the space, wrapping itself around my thoughts and emotions, whispering reassurance and warmth. It's a kind of music that has a healing quality, mending invisible wounds I hadn't even realized I was carrying, wounds I might have thought would never be touched or soothed. In its gentle cadence, there's a sense of renewal, a promise that even in darkness, there's a glimmer of light. The song becomes a quiet beacon, encouraging me to hold on to hope, reminding me that no matter how small or fragile each moment feels, it is enough to sustain and heal. And in that melody, I find a peaceful reassurance, a comforting notion that life's beauty and resilience shine through in the most subtle of tunes, quietly mending layers of pain I didn't fully understand, restoring fragments of faith I might have thought were lost. It's a soothing balm, a profound yet understated reminder that hope persists, even in the quietest, most unassuming places, embedded in the music that surrounds and sustains us. Faith here is something straightforward and heartfelt, uncomplicated in its nature but profound in its essence. I sit quietly, without rushing or cluttering my mind with unnecessary thoughts, simply listening to the quiet around me. It's in those moments of stillness that I find a deep sense of comfort, a reassurance that in this space, I am genuinely seen, my presence acknowledged with sincere eyes and open hearts. It's a space where I am truly accepted, without condition or expectation, regardless of my age or any of my imperfections. There's a peaceful honesty in this acceptance, a quiet affirmation that my worth is not diminished or questioned here. Just sitting in this quiet, feeling truly connected and understood, brings a warmth that soothes my soul and nurtures my spirit in a way where I don't have to perform or hide, but can simply be myself, in all my fullness, with all my years, and all my experiences, honored and embraced exactly as I am. Their celebrations unfold as an exuberant feast for all the senses, vivid colors that dance and shimmer in the sunlight, melodies that weave through the air like a gentle stream of musical enchantment, and laughter that bubbles up effortlessly, echoing through the surroundings and filling every corner with warmth and life. These moments burst forth with such vibrancy that they seem to stand in stark contrast to the quiet emptiness I often feel, the void that my American life had left behind, an emptiness that had felt so vast and unfillable, like an unspoken ache echoing in the background of my days. Yet, amidst this kaleidoscope of sights and sounds, I am gently reminded that happiness, that elusive feeling I thought was beyond reach, is still very much attainable, still within my grasp. The vivid pulsating energy of their celebrations serve as a powerful reminder that joy is not a distant, unreachable dream but something that exists right here, just waiting to be embraced once more. It's a reminder that even in moments of loneliness or longing, life can surprise us with bursts of happiness, colors, music, and laughter that make us realize, joy is not gone, it is still very much within our reach, waiting to reawaken and fill our hearts anew. Simple pleasures, such as savoring the cool, refreshing taste of fresh coconut water, have a way of transporting us back to those carefree days of childhood, moments when happiness seemed to flow effortlessly and was often found in the simplest gifts that nature generously provides. These tiny joys serve as a gentle reminder of a time when life's worries were few, and the beauty of the world around us was enough to fill our hearts with genuine delight. The feel of the inside of a freshly cracked coconut, the pure, sweet hydration it offers, and the sense of connection to the natural world evoke feelings of innocence and wonder that are surprisingly easy to revisit whenever we indulge in these small, yet meaningful pleasures. They remind us that happiness can often be found in the most unassuming places, like a sip of pure coconut water, bringing a touch of nostalgia and warmth, and reinforcing the idea that sometimes, joy resides in the simple, honest gifts given to us by nature. These mornings I spend outdoors, whether tending to the land or working by the sea, serve as a profound reminder of what it truly means to be connected to the natural world and to my environment. They have a grounding effect on me that goes beyond mere physical stability. They anchor my spirit and clarify my perspective. In these quiet hours, I am immersed in the rhythm of nature, observing the sunrise or feeling the wind's gentle touch, and through this, I become more attuned to the raw, unfiltered reality of life. There's a certain purity in these moments of honest labor, no pretenses, no masks, no need to deceive myself or others about who I am or what I value. It's a life that embraces authenticity, one that does not demand any form of apology or justification for simply living in harmony with the natural world. What it asks for instead is sincere effort, a commitment to doing what needs to be done, no matter how small or mundane it may seem, and a quiet perseverance that sustains me through challenges and uncertainties. When I work with the land and sea, I am reminded that life's worth isn't measured by grand gestures or superficial achievements, but by the honest, persistent effort we put in day after day, in tune with the world around us. This simple routine keeps me grounded, reminding me that a life rooted in genuine effort and resilient patience is a life that holds integrity, peace, and meaning, nothing more, nothing less. I hold on to the cherished memories of the past, treasuring them deeply in my heart as treasured pieces of who I am. At the same time, I eagerly embrace the opportunity to create new memories, knowing that each day offers a fresh chance to write a new chapter in my life story.
Évry photographe y capture à fleeting moment of joy, connexion, hors réflexion détiwante, tout remembé forever.
Each experience I live through and every moment I spend here become integral parts of the ongoing narrative I am proud to share. Over time, these new memories add richness and depth to my story, blending seamlessly with the old ones I hold close, forming a tapestry of life filled with meaning and pride. The moments I choose to capture and the experiences I cherish contribute to a story that reflects not just what's happened, but also who I am becoming, making me proud to tell it over and over again. Money isn't everything. It's true that material possessions and financial wealth can provide comfort and security, but ultimately, they don't hold the true value that enriches our lives in more meaningful ways. Here in this place, the real wealth isn't measured by dollar signs or bank balances, but by the intangible qualities that truly matter: kindness, shared stories, and trust. These are the treasures that fill the spaces within us that once seemed impossible to fill, the voids I once believed were permanent and unchangeable. Kindness acts as a gentle balm for the soul, nourishing connections and fostering genuine warmth between people. Shared stories create bonds of understanding and empathy, weaving us closer together through the tapestry of our experiences, laughter, and sometimes tears. Trust, the foundation upon which everything else rests, allows us to open our hearts, to believe in one another, and to build relationships that withstand the test of time and hardship. It's these qualities, kindness, stories, and trust, that truly fill the emptiness I once thought was everlasting, transforming it into a space of connection, hope, and genuine human connection that no amount of money could buy. My feet tend to move at a sluggish pace, taking their time as I walk through the moments and memories of my life. Yet, despite their slow rhythm, each deliberate step I take seems to carry me further away from the loneliness that once surrounded me, like a fog gradually lifting. With each careful stride, I find myself moving closer to something deeper, something more meaningful. It's as if these small, steady movements are guiding me back to my roots, reconnecting me with the familiar soil of my childhood, my heritage, and the stories that built who I am today. Along the way, I am drawn toward a sense of community, a collective warmth that I had once believed was out of reach, now becoming an integral part of my journey. It's a quiet, gentle feeling, an understated but profound sensation, that whispers of belonging and understanding. Unexpectedly, I am discovering a kind of peace I had never thought I would find, a comforting sense of home that resides not only in places or people, but also within the very act of moving forward, slowly but surely, toward the comfort of being truly myself and finally feeling anchored in a place where I can breathe freely. The work I do keeps me grounded in a very literal sense, providing a tangible connection to the here and now. Every time I take on a repair, whether it's fixing a leaky faucet, patching up a piece of furniture, or mending something that's been broken for a while, it serves as a constant reminder that I still possess the ability to mend what has been damaged or fallen apart. There's a certain satisfaction and purpose in bringing something back to life, in restoring what once was functional or beautiful, and in knowing that my efforts can make a tangible difference. These moments of repairing aren't just about the physical act, they also become moments of reflection, reminding me that I can still repair what's been broken, whether in the physical world or within myself. Sometimes, in the process of fixing something, I tap into a well of strength I thought had been lost or long gone, rediscovering resilience and the capacity to restore balance and order. It's as if the act of mending reconnects me with my own inner stability, reaffirming that even when things seem shattered or beyond repair, I have the power and the perseverance to bring them back together. And so, in each repair, I find a metaphor for life's challenges, an ongoing reminder that with patience, skill, and a bit of effort, I can restore what's been broken and perhaps uncover previously hidden reserves of resilience I didn't realize I possessed. Within the walls of their company, I discover a sense of comfort that wraps around me like a warm embrace, making me feel truly at home. It's a place where I feel a deep sense of belonging, a space where I am accepted for who I am without pretense or judgment. In this environment, connection comes effortlessly. It isn't tangled or confusing but flows naturally, like a clear stream running smoothly over stones. The bonds formed here are built on small, meaningful gestures, kind words, a supportive smile, a listening ear, that collectively create an atmosphere filled with warmth and authenticity. These simple acts of kindness act as gentle pulses of light, illuminating the everyday moments and transforming them into something beautiful and genuine, giving life here a soft, calming glow that brightens even the dullest days. It's a place where human connection feels straightforward and genuine, where the act of caring becomes an easy, intuitive part of daily life, casting a subtle but radiant glow over everything. Nights here are filled with an overwhelming sense of quietude, a stillness that seems to settle over everything in a gentle, calming way. I find myself reflecting on how, over time, I have made a quiet exchange, perhaps unknowingly, where loneliness has given way to a genuine feeling of belonging. It's as if, through this quiet rhythm, I've discovered a new sense of connection, a place where I truly feel like I belong. And in this subtle, profound shift, I realize that I am finally at home, not just in a physical sense, but in the emotional and spiritual sense as well. I feel wrapped in the comforting, calming embrace of this distant land that I've come to cherish deeply, a place that, despite its remoteness or silence, now feels like a sanctuary, a refuge where my soul can rest peacefully. This tranquility, this peacefulness that surrounds me during the long nights, has become something I cherish deeply, a gentle reminder that sometimes, the quietest places can foster the loudest feelings of peace and belonging. I made the deliberate choice to leave behind a life that was characterized by silence and the constant weight of struggle, a life where each day often felt like an uphill battle that drained the spirit and dulled the senses. Stepping away from that existence, I embraced a new way of living, one that is now centered around appreciating the small joys that often go unnoticed but carry immense significance in shaping happiness and contentment. I have come to cherish genuine human connections, those honest and heartfelt bonds that remind me of the beauty in vulnerability and authentic relationships, providing a sense of warmth and belonging that was missing before. In this new chapter, I have discovered a peaceful awareness, the quiet understanding that it's never too late to turn the page, to start fresh, and to embrace what life offers without the weight of regret or the fear of change. This realization brings a calm reassurance, signifying that each moment can be a new beginning, and no matter how long the past may have seemed to hold me captive, there remains an open horizon full of potential and hope, waiting to be explored.